Hello, everyone. I'm laughing at the schedule here. They put me in between Mr. Food and Drink and your work and lunch, and I'm thinking, really, guys? I'll keep it swift, but it's my absolute pleasure to be here with you. My name is Maria McAlister, and I am the Interim Manager for Landscapes and Outdoor Activities. And I really want to take this moment to say thank you for being here, and I look forward to sharing some of the research around landscapes and outdoor activities with you, and some of the learning that we've garnered through our discussions with the sector about their observations and their lived experience of the season, of the year so far, and their observations in general. So, the outdoor activity sector, it is one of the fastest growing, hugely interesting, full of passionate people, and genuinely a very exciting space to be working in. There's great variation, and as you'll see behind me, it spans blueways to greenways, lighthouses and country parks, through to forest bathing, all the way to skydiving. And our focus is to ensure that we're supporting the sector to develop sustainably and provide a high quality experience for the visitor. Tourism in the outdoors has changed. It's a complex sector, and so it's helpful to reflect on where we've come from and where we're going. In 2019, with our winning combination of natural assets, our green, lush landscapes, dramatic coastlines, serene lakes, combined with the launch of Embrace the Giant Spirit, we were winning. We presented a very strong portfolio of experiences which to this day continue to represent our outdoor sector. 2020, the pandemic had a profound impact on consumer sentiment, and global patterns evolved, with health and well-being being the most dominant and continue to be so. Where previously adventure tourism had been perceived as adrenaline activities, there's now been a seismic shift towards gentle activity, be that a looped walk, a gentle cycle trail, or just giving a go at a paddle sport. And partnership working is opening the door to country estates, farms, public parks and the likes, thoughtfully positioned to allow the visitor to engage with nature, to connect, to discover, to feel inspired. And so Tourism Northern Ireland has moved towards the term outdoor activity because it more accurately reflects our sector, one that brings together nature, activity, and that interaction with culture. So where are we headed to? Very firmly in the direction of sustainability and regeneration. We want to ensure our sector can continue to grow and be financially sustainable, but also to ensure that we balance the demand for outdoor activity with looking after our communities and our environment. The growth in demand has steadied in 2023, and it's important to recognise that changes in our climate are having an impact. However, projections globally remain very, very positive, and research shows the trending motivations. So let's take a brief look at a few. Health and wellness is on the rise, and more consumers are seeking the opportunity to recharge and self-develop. The demand for learn-to experiences continues to grow, with visitors taking the opportunity, whilst on holidays, to sample something new in a different outdoor environment, be that learning to kayak, having a go at coasteering, or undertaking a week's surf lessons. Multi-generational travel, which Gary explained so well, is growing, and it actually makes up between 33 to 40% of the outdoor market. And in the face of a cost of living crisis, retaining our reputation for value for money is vitally important. And eco-responsible travel is now more of a priority for visitors and a key influence on their decision of where to spend their time. Plus, active eco-tourism experiences are becoming increasingly popular. Now, we've looked at the trending motivations. Let's see how that connects with the trending activities. International market research highlights the continuing demand for easy activity at a relaxed pace, enjoying and exploring the natural environment, with walking and gentle cycling being key areas. Experiences of up to 3 hours max. activities on or near the water, such as boat trips and coastal walks, activities for all the family, catering for a range of ages and abilities, and finally, feeling a sense of freedom that can be gained from being in the outdoors and off the beaten track. So hopefully you'll see those trends reflected in some of the trending activities. And of course, then some markets, particularly the German market, are more active than others. As part of the increased interest for a more relaxed activity sector, people are seeking an outdoor experience where they are captivated by the immersive journey that is innovative and engaging experiences, meaning it can be less about the activity type and more about the landscape and the setting in which it's taken place. Here we have a heat map showing areas with higher experience supply and those with limited experience supply. And collectively, and it's really important to remember this, collectively we have an incredible range of landscapes, with each region providing something distinctive and new for the visitor. And that in itself gives the visitor a reason to return and return again to explore all of Northern Ireland. But we can see how Counties Antrim, Down and Derry, Londonderry have greater levels of activity than, say, Counties Fermanagh, Armagh and Tyrone. So let's look at that in just a little bit more detail. And apologies, just realised the data, the figures are a little bit small, so I'll take you through it. Counties Antrim, Down and Derry, Londonderry account for around about 77% of outdoor product, with Counties Fermanagh, Armagh and Tyrone averaging 7 to 8%. For anyone like myself who likes to see the detail, the study showed a total of 961 experiences throughout Northern Ireland, and that includes walking trails and golf courses, which is worth noting. And as Jess highlighted at the start of today's session, our key objectives are to encourage visitor dispersal, slower journeys, spend more. The outdoor sector can play an extremely valuable role in helping to offset these trends and bring visitors off the beaten track and into our rural areas, therefore contributing to the quality of life of our communities. And so there's a key opportunity to support the outdoor sector in these rural areas to maximise their assets. And with so many standouts, there's no shortage of potential between the Sperrins, Fermanagh Lakelands, southern shores of Lough Neagh, our UNESCO sites, national trusts, and more and more. So this is, if you like, a call to action for all of us. How can we support the outdoor sector to build activity across rural areas and drive visitor dispersal? Some examples might be accommodation partnering with activity providers to offer packages at point of sale, pubs and restaurants offering e-bikers the opportunity to recharge their e-bikes whilst having lunch, hikers being able to pre-order packed lunches for their day's activity, bag transfers from trailheads to overnight accommodation, and hire bikes being delivered and collected from a range of accommodation types. In other words, helping the visitor to enjoy a seamless outdoor experience in our rural landscapes. But let's also take a moment to consider the challenges for the outdoor providers in the likes of County Antrim, Derry, Londonderry and Down. With larger numbers of activity providers, many who started their journey, their business over these past 3 years, how can they achieve sustainability at this critical point? We want to support these tourism businesses to realise their tourism potential, to engage with the brand, to build partnerships, to create hubs, and help Northern Ireland gain the reputation it deserves for being an outstanding outdoor activity destination. Very, very recently, over these past 8 weeks, we've published our first specifically tailored for the outdoors toolkit. It's user-friendly. It's particularly relevant for those who are delivering experiences within their communities currently, but who want to develop greater market share locally, domestically, and expand into international markets. The toolkit covers a range of steps, from foundations to cost recovery, but today I just want to draw on 3 very briefly: how to stand out, how to meet the needs of the visitor, and how to build our networks. So how to stand out? It's vital. In some places, you may, as the business, have to attract people to your area. In other areas where there are more activities, we must rise above. Don't fall into the trap of replicating what others are doing. Whilst your experience may have the same core components, it's essential to differentiate, to tell your story. You want to integrate your own character, your own passion, your own unique sense of place. And as Jess very clearly highlighted earlier, you're not alone on this journey. Land, water and sea is a key inspirer within the brand. And Tourism Northern Ireland, your local authority tourism officer, and the wealth of resources available online are all there to help you in finding and telling your story. Are we meeting the needs of visitors? Do you, as your business, offer a compelling package that can be enjoyed in 3 hours or less? Do you provide a multilingual welcome, perhaps translations of key information? Is there a clear description and maybe even photos on your website offering accessibility information? Have you set out your credentials in terms of experience, safety, perhaps accreditation and insurance? Are we maximising the use of digital tech? Within the outdoor sector, digital tech can motivate visitors to consider new trails, new routes, share their outdoor experience, rate it, and also highlight the services and the facilities that they've stopped at along the way. And seamless travel, I know my colleagues have mentioned this, but we can't emphasise it enough, really. Our consumers only want to have to click that button 3 to 5 times and they want to be able to book. So we want a hassle-free experience when booking and taking a trip. They're interested in how digital tech can simplify the process, enhance their activity, but of course they still expect the high-quality, human-led welcome on arrival. And building your network. Your outdoor activity is just one element of a visitor's trip. You know better than anyone that we are a delicate ecosystem of providers offering places to stay, places to eat, places to visit, interesting things to do. Can you extend your season by expanding your network, by diversifying what you're doing to entice other markets at other times of the year? And where clusters of outdoor activity are taking place, can we develop partnerships to offer a greater visitor experience? That might take the form of customer car parking, changing places, shelter from the elements, food, drink, and culture. So a quick recap on where we are so far. Changing consumer sentiment offers a major opportunity for the outdoor sector. There is limited scale of experiences in rural areas, and collectively we can support that. Research suggests that there's scope for more lake and river-related experiences. Through partnerships like our own with Great Lighthouses of Ireland, we can bring together community, private and public stakeholders to harness the potential of our destination. And let's look at the products that we want to develop: multi-generational, accessible, particularly walking, e-bikes are strong contenders, wellness experiences, luxury experiences, and increasing demand for wilderness-type experiences. And we'd like to focus on woodlands and forests to grow those ecotourism experiences. So I began, by saying today that this is an exciting sector, it's a complex sector. We've looked at that change in consumer motivation, how outdoor activity can drive social, economic and environmental benefits, how the sector absolutely amplifies the Embrace the Giant Spirit brand. But it's set against the context that we face major challenges in terms of investment, infrastructure and planning, and we are currently losing some competitive edge against their international counterparts. And some of the big ideas by the sector and for the sector are highlighted here. Dedicated outdoor activity facilities, greenways and blueways, active transport, environment and visitor management and investment, Tourism Northern Ireland last year completed an incredibly robust programme of consultation on an embracing outdoor tourism framework. It's a 5-year action plan and it sets out a coordinated approach to experience and infrastructure development. And we're very, very grateful to the industries who input into this piece of work, as well as the wide range of stakeholders. It's a 5-year plan that heralds the ambition to work cohesively with government departments, agencies, private and community stakeholders to align our resources and agree priorities. And over the next 2 months, we'll be moving forward into the implementation of this plan and socialising the structures that are being proposed. And last but not least, folks, partnerships, my absolute favourite way of working. I wanted to highlight some of the partnerships that we have underway currently at Tourism Northern Ireland, in case you see opportunity for you, and therefore an opportunity for us all. So Blueways is an all-Ireland partnership with Sport Northern Ireland, Sport Ireland, Vulture Ireland and Waterways Ireland. The ambition for Blueways in Northern Ireland is to develop high-quality, facilitated activity on the water with land and trails available beside the water. It's an important part, food and drink is an important part of that proposition at Blueways. Community involvement is absolutely key, and the benefits for communities is immense. And so we'll be looking very closely at Blueways and launching a strategy later this week. With Outdoor Recreation Northern Ireland, we've developed an Embrace the Giant Spirit walking framework that offers a case for investment, interpretation and branding guidelines, trail management plans, all of which are available. And it looks at the potential for signature walks in Northern Ireland, but also, very importantly, a refined approach to how we present accessible walks across the entire region. Great Lighthouses of Ireland, I'm grinning at this because we have just had a wonderful 3 days hosting 40 lighthouse keepers from all around Ireland, where they started in Belfast Maritime Mile, moved on to Rathlin and finished up in Blackhead Lighthouse outside Whitehead yesterday. So the Great Lighthouses of Ireland is to promote sustainable tourism in coastal locations, working really importantly with communities and with public and private stakeholders to harness the appeal of lighthouse destinations for the benefit of the whole community. And finally, Ireland Association for Adventure Tourism, who are working to develop a year-round programme of networking, training and events for the outdoor sector. This is a membership organisation that provides a unified voice for small business, and we hope to work with them closer and bring the sector together more and more as 2023-2024 evolves, so that we have the opportunity to build those relationships and share learning. So thank you so much, folks, for your time. Thank you to Tourism NI for having me here to delve into all these insights that we've garnered over the year. And I'll be here for the rest of the day. If you want to grab a chat, please do.